What's up guys, King Science here. So this is Cards Without. And this one we're going to focus on a couple of cards to help with removing from play, banishing. Now the reason I'm doing this one today is because one, I haven't done these in a while and I'm going to catch you guys up. And two, because I want to show you a couple things. I know right now with the format being the way it is, and it's August 19th right now, so technically the TCG balance should come out tomorrow if it's not out already. And I just want to show you guys that even though Red and B's at 1, Chaos Dragons do have a chance of coming back. There's a lot of Chaos builds actually that have a chance of coming back. And I just want to show you some cards for those that are new to the game that help with this. Alright, so let's start with... Actually, this is going to be an all monster count, so it's going to be 3 monsters and 1 spell. Actually, let's make it 5. How about that? We'll make it an equal. Okay, so we'll do monster first. Now, for those that have run Light Swarms, y'all know just how fast they are, just how powerful they are. Now, a while back, when they first came out, I think it was Order of Chaos, Light Rays actually came out, and they actually have a Light Sworn Light Ray deck that actually does quite a bit of damage. It's very, very fast. Well, it's moderately fast. It's not super fast, but it's still pretty good. And it usually evolves around the light version of Chaos Sword. And yes, Chaos Sword's that too, but here's the light version. It's called Lightray Sorcerer, and it's almost the same thing, but you have to have 3 or more light monsters that are banished. So you do have to. It does work around a lot of Macrocosmos, Dimensional Fissure, which I'll show you here in a minute. So it says once per turn, you can target one of your banished light and one face-up monster on the field, and shuffle the first target into the deck, and if you do, banish the second. So you're recycling your banished monster back into your deck, and then you're banishing one of your opponent's monsters. However, he can't attack. Now it's the same stats basically, same attack, same defense as Chaos Sword. However, it's a spellcaster, which is good because if you've ever played against Prophecy or even Secret Village of the Spellcasters, you know that it really helps to have Spellcaster out, because if not, you can get wrecked very fast by that deck. Alright, so Lightray Sorcerer will be the first monster. I've seen this in DD Warrior Lady builds, any kind of DD build. Sometimes they side Lightray Sorcerer. Me personally, I thought it was a great card because it's a rare, so it's not even hard to get. Hold up. I got so Chaos Sword is 1. Alright, let's do your spell, and that's Dimensional Fissure. Dimensional Fissure is different in the fact that it's a continuous spell, and it's come across in a bunch of rarities, like common, rare. I think maybe super. I've seen secrets, things like that. So basically, it says any monster since the grave is banished. So spells and traps, they don't get hit, but monsters do. There's a couple key differences between this and the next card I'm gonna show you. For one, this is the spell version. Okay, so you can play around it. You can still play traps, and you can still play Royal Decree. So it's actually quite a good card. The thing about Dimensional Fissure though is it says strictly monsters. Now, if you run this, for those that ever matched against Insectors, this would not be the card for you. The next card would be the card for you because this only works for monsters. And the way Insectors work is they detach as equipped spells. So Dimensional Fissure will be your spell, and basically it works any monster since the grave is banished. Okay, so it doesn't even touch the grave; it goes straight to banishment. So you don't get the effects of the monsters being sent to the grave, which is actually pretty good. This is definitely a side card for DD decks because they run a lot of back row. That being said, let's jump to the trap, and that is Macrocosmos. Most people that run this, 98% of the time, they don't ever use the first effect because it's non-contingent. It doesn't really matter. But it does say while this card is face up, any card sent to the grave is banished. Now this is a trap, so this can be negated with trap stun, Royal Decree, things like that. As long as it's played before. It's slightly more vulnerable because it is a trap. It can get killed quite easily, same as Fissure. But Macrocosmos, it basically stops most decks in their tracks. Most DD decks that run this is their key card. To them, this is what they would try to keep on the field for the longest. They run a lot of back row, like I said, so they would be running a lot of anti-meta as well, like Dark Bribes, MSTs, things like that. Anything that'll stop night beams, anything that'll stop back row removal. Huge Revolution's over, Starlight Road, things like that. So Macrocosmos would be their trap, and it's actually quite good. I mean, it stops a lot of decks. E-Dragons, they can kind of profit from it because the dragons, when they get banished, they can still search out another dragon. So it doesn't really hurt them so much, but it basically wipes out most other decks. Alright, now let's go to the fourth card, and that is Banisher of Light. Now, it's a fairy, level 3, so there's a little bit of playability there. The thing about this is if you're playing defensively, this is a great card, because it's got 2000 defense. And it works the same way as Macrocosmos, except it's a monster. 2000 defense, so it can take a little bit of attack, it can take most things. It can take a Gene Wolf Werewolf, it can take a Vorse Raider. Okay? So it's definitely a good attack choice. Most people, though, usually forego it, because when they run DD, they usually run very aggressive. And when they do, they usually run Banisher of the Radiance. Now, Banisher is level 3 again, fairy again, and it's basically the same effect. Any card sent is banished. It's got a 1600 attack, so it's not the strongest, but I mean, there's plenty of fairy support, there's plenty of light support, so it can get out, and it is quite strong. 0 defense, so honestly, if you have to and you set it and they have a piercing effect, you're going to be taking damage. It sucks, but that's just how it is. So, Banisher of the Radiance. So those are going to be your 5 cards. Your Lightray Sword, the light version of Chaos Sword. Slightly harder to get out, but if you run a DD deck, it's really simple. Especially if you run like a Light Sworn. If you run like a Light Sworn engine, then yep, LTs are the way to go. And then of course we have Dimensional Fissure for monsters, no spells and traps. Macrocosmos for everything. Banisher of the Light for defense if you want to play, you know, you want to kind of control the pace and be a little slower about it. And Banisher of the Radiance if you want to go, aggro and just try to, push the game quickly. So those will be your 5 cards. Those will be the DD special for now. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That'll be it for now. Thanks, Liners out.